going on, y'all? This was a short dramatic piece we shot about a week ago. Working with great talent, it was a quick and smooth shoot for the most part. But once I started putting it together and editing, I noticed some small overexposure and highlights that I didn't want. Now I used the Blackmagic Pocket 4K camera, which has pretty good dynamic range at 13 stops, but every so often you might find an exposure a little off based on the circumstances of the shoot. So today I want to show you a quick solution to minimizing those harsh hot spots and the highlights by manipulating the gamma curve. So if you haven't subscribed yet, click it, smash it, subscribe to the channel. That'll help us grow. We appreciate it. And let's dive in. All right, so this is one of the shots that came out undesired effect, which is this little shiny hot spot. I want to show you where, even though it's a little blown out, as you can see, I have my waveform scopes open over here, and it's not bad. I've seen worse, but it's bothering me, so I want to try to not make it as noticeable. Okay, so this is a technique that you might be able to apply, but just know and keep in mind that once the highs are blown, you cannot recover that detail. All right, you want to open up your waveform monitor, which represents the Luma channel, and then we're going to go over to our curves, and we're going to manipulate the curves. Essentially, this point right here will represent the 0, which is the blacks. This point at the opposite end will represent the whites at 100, which is up here. Okay, and then obviously this is our midpoint. We're going to click on that midpoint. We're going to just start making points along this curve, and you'll see how we can manipulate the different shades. And so this will be 75, this will be 50, this will be 25%, which is corresponds to the IRE. So just looking at this alone, I can tell that this, it looks like it's around maybe in the 60, 65, 70 range, which will be about right around here. So I'm going to make another point here. Then I'm going to make another point here. I'm going to say that this tonal curve will be affected around here. So let me just anchor this again. I'm going to make another point here. I'm going to make another point here. Keep your eye right here. This is the spot that we are targeting. So we want to kind of like even it out a little bit, neutralize. We're going to bring this down a little bit as well. That'll be the surrounding areas. We're going to make another point here. So we just got to create some more points along the curve, particularly the higher points, closer to the 100. And because what we're targeting is this. We want to bring this down, get this down to the skin tone range, which is, this range here is like in the 50s, somewhere around here. So we're going to bring this down a little bit too. Maybe bring this down or something. Make another point there. So we can already see a difference. And I'm going to just make the curve sharper down this way. Okay, so this is our curve right here. This is what affected. We was able to bring this down just a little bit. Now it's an ugly looking gray, but it helps to just take off that harsh hot spot, that shiny spot on his head. Now we want to feather or smoothen this out a little bit over here. And so we need to go a little bit lower into the darker tones. I'm gonna just go ahead and grab this point and just bring it down a little bit. And we can see that, smoothing that out some. I'm gonna smoothen this out a little bit more than this one over here. Okay, cool. So that's about as far as I would go with this. Again, you know, you always wanna shoot it, you know, with the proper exposure if you can during production, but things happen, and you know, so here's the difference here. This is before, and this is with the correction. Okay, so it's a subtle difference. Like I said, it's not going to create anything magical, or you know, if you have something blown out, overexposed, it's not going to put the detail back there. But what we could do is just make it not as noticeable. So that's about it, y'all. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, if it works for you, give me a thumbs up. Appreciate that. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.